I tried to give myself a little more light, may have given myself too much light and washed myself out. It's all right, y'all. It's all right. I changed my lipstick so to make it look like, you know, it's a different day. Not really, because it's the same shirt. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for sticking in here with me. You guys, my ray of sunshines, my family, those of us that live in light and truth. You know that I love you for real in real life. And for those of you who are considering being a ray of sunshine, there's nothing left. There is nothing left to consider. Just click the subscribe button. That's it. That's it. Click the subscribe button. I'm gonna punk you a little bit. I'm gonna be a bully. You heard me. I said click the subscribe button. I can't even do it without laughing. We are reviewing season 4, episode number 4 of How to Get Away with Murder. Was she ever any good? Bitch, was she ever any good? She found out, didn't she? So yeah. Now let's look at this thing. Let's look at this thing. It won't be as quick as 3, but I'm gonna try to make it as quick as 3 because I got more notes and that's a little more fresh on my mind. So we see the scene open and we see Annalise. She's prepping for the Commonwealth lawsuit. Okay, Commonwealth class action lawsuit, going over how she's gonna get it and what she needs to do. She realizes she needs clients and she needs cash, and she realizes that Virginia's old clients, that she should start with Virginia's old cases to come up with her clients. But in order to do that, she needs capital, she needs money, she needs money. And we see how she figures out how to start getting that money. She starts to go ahead and render her services. And who does she render her services to? Yes, she is back. President Hargrove of the university is back. She goes up to her. Y'all know where she's from, right? Am I dating myself when I say that she's from New York undercover? Am I dating myself? Okay, anyway. So when we see them have their interaction, President Hargrove is very apprehensive in the conversation with Annalise. She thinks Annalise wants her job back, and she's all like, I can't have the board give you your job back. And I was thinking to myself, damn, did they fire her? I don't remember them firing her, but I guess they did when she killed West. She was in prison for killing West. We know she didn't kill West. But pretty much she says to President Hargrove, I want to help you get your children back. Let me be your lawyer. President Hargrove says, well, I've already got a lawyer. And we're going tomorrow into mediation. And how much are you settling for? When that bitch says $6 million, that he's asked for $6 million, I said, oh, you got Koinisha. Koinisha, you have coins for days. They are dripping from the ceiling if your ex-husband is going to ask you for $6 million in alimony. What? And you're willing to pay it because you want your children back? Huh? Like, I love my sons, but listen, I'm not gonna roll over and give you my money because I was a little bit of an alcoholic. I mean, I had a disease and I've worked on it for many years. You are not finna put me in a corner like, you know, and have me sit there. Nobody puts baby in the corner. I'm coming out fighting. Ding, ding, ding. Like, no, I'm not giving you $6 million. And Annalise ends up convincing her that it is a good idea to allow her to be part of her counsel. Just as consultation. And if things don't work out, don't worry about paying me. We'll call it even. But if I win the case, you pay me. I thought that was clever. You know, that Annalise is a bad bitch. Like, I really do like her. I like her a lot. So since we're talking about Annalise, and really I think this is all about Annalise, let's stick with Annalise. I mean, I will talk about the interns, weave them in and out somehow and all the other stuff, but we're going to stick with Annalise. I still got my notebook. So when Annalise, when Tegan tells Michaela we have a new case, and they go into the conference room and they see Annalise there with President Hargrove. What is her? Soraya. Is that her name? Soraya? I think so. I think that's what it is. Tegan is not happy about it at all, not even a little bit. She pulls Hargrove to the side and says, you need to vet them first, and you can't just add people to the case. And she said she's been vetted. I mean, you know, she knows that Annalise knows her shit. Annalise knows her shit. She knows that she knows her shit. And so when the lawyer get there, the lawyer and the husband gets there, the conversation gets cut short, and Annalise does what she does best. She takes over. She takes over, and Tegan is looking like, bitch, it's my shit. Like, she takes over with the, if you talk to my client again, we're going to sue you for defamation of character. She takes over because she really has the experience of being a lawyer and winning for her people. And you can see it all on Tegan's face that she is not happy about it. I mean, and it's hard. I'm just gonna point this out. You've got 4 strong black women in one room together. That is a lot of intelligence and a lot of ego, a lot of pride. As much as I hate to say it, women don't normally get along so well. We women in general don't know how to get along very well, don't know how to be competitive. I mean, there are some of us that know how to weave with other successful women, but there are a lot of women that don't. There are a lot of women that don't. And right now we see the competitive spirit, the jealousy come out of Tegan. But all Annalise is doing is trying to make some money. Just because you don't know the story don't mean there's not a story. You got to remember that. Well, they tell her that we have an affidavit of every time you were drunk. You were in a drunken stupor. And on top of that, they were like, well, it's hearsay. Well, here's proof. Now, see, here's what I didn't like. They pull this USB drive out. They look at the USB drive, and you see she is drunk, and she's throwing up in the toilet. And the husband is saying, you know, get off the floor, or get it together, or whatever he's saying. But you know that it was him prodding her. It was a dirty, dirty, dirty trick. Like, for you to put the camera in there. And when we found out that he had just said for the first time he wanted to get a divorce, it was all a setup. It was all part of the process. Everything he did was strategically thought out. When President Hargrove said, why is she here? Speaking of Michaela, she shouldn't be here. Michaela stood up for herself and said she has attorney-client privilege just like anyone else, and she wouldn't say anything about the case, you know, which was cool. And the nod of approval did come from Annalise. Like, okay, I see you. And Tegan wants to know, what's your relationship with Annalise? Why is she giving you her approval? What is it about? And then she tells her, I used to be her intern. She didn't say I was her intern. She said I used to be a student of hers. And so she tries to back out of the case, and she says, I hate her. I hate Annalise. And when I saw her say how much she hated Annalise, I thought the animosity she has towards her is as if she was abandoned, that somebody just left her. You know that hurt when you break up with somebody and you feel like you've been wronged and they've done you wrong, and you know you've done everything you could and been supportive, and here you are finna walk away. That is exactly the kind of hurt I felt like Michaela had all over her face. And I was just like, child, get your life. Get your life. She chases after Annalise and gives Annalise this spiel, honey, at the elevator. I said, you got some balls, little bitch. You got some balls. I mean, stern face, like, you know, she's a grown-up, but stern face, very matter of fact. Do you think we can do that? Do you think we can put our differences aside? Do you think? I was like, Annalise had no emotion in her face. None whatsoever, and pretty much dismissed her. Get off of my elevator. Like, and you could see that she just like kind of bowed down. Her whole bulldog mentality disappeared. When you go up against a real dog, your little baby bulldog in training, you're still training, honey, you have to back down. That's exactly what she did. But she gave her the lawyer's email because she had decided she gave her Barry's email because at the end of mediation, Annalise said, don't bow down and give him that $6 million. Countersuit Give him a countersuit. Sue him. So Tegan was not happy with that. Tegan was not lending any assistance to her with that. So she needed to provide her with the actual draft of their lawsuit to Barry, and Michaela needed to provide the email address to Barry. Well, baby, it got busy. It got busy like it does. Life gets busy. You know, she's handling a major class action suit, so she's on the phone at the therapist's office and is trying to get transcripts from Virginia's old cases and finishing up the draft of the lawsuits being sent to Barry, and sends it to the wrong Barry. I saw that. I said, that's not Barry Tomlinson. That's Barry Lewiston. That's not the right person. What's happening? Like, my thought process is, his name isn't, you don't even have his email address yet. So why would you think that Barry would be there? Because you were preoccupied with a lot of stuff. And on top of that, your therapist came out and distracted you. So you sent it to the wrong person in error. I saw it. Isaac Roa, the therapist, actually pulls her card on why she's doing the class action suit. She says that it is to help everybody who's been wronged, you know, that it stemmed from starting with Jasmine, you know, and it probably did. Like, when I think back on it, now that I'm saying that out loud, it probably did stem from that whole Jasmine being wrongfully prosecuted and sent through the system, and then ultimately dying like she did. Like, did I say that for episode 3? Jasmine's dead. Like, it was exactly what she said it would be. But he pulled her card and said, it's not really about Jasmine. It's about Wes. You see, because everybody is still under the impression that Wes committed suicide. And Isaac is saying to her, you know, is this something, a residual feeling? Do you feel like you need to vindicate him or something from the suicide? You know, you have all these emotions. I know something about that personally. So, but all the time the phone rings. We see it's Michaela on the phone. And it kind of interrupts the progress that they're making, because she ends up having a really raw and emotional moment, because he reads the transcript from her bar hearing. He reads the transcript from the bar hearing and sees, she's all like, did you request that? Like, why would you read that to me? And then she plays on him. Everybody I know has turned against me. So why would I trust you with any of that? Everybody I know has walked away from me. I'm alone. Like, this is a raw emotion. Or is it? Or is she just playing him? Like, I'd be so looking at Annalise like, are you being serious? Or is this all part of the act? Because she is so good at it. And this season, she's even better at it than ever before. It's all starting to come together. She's even better at it than before. Well, the reason Michaela was calling was because why? She sent the email to the wrong Barry. The Barry Lewiston she sent it to was part of the board of the university. Like, the shit has hit the fan. So she goes in and she has the conversation, and we see Hargrove pleading her case like, I'm not like that anymore. That was years ago. I'm better. It's not an issue, etc., etc. And Tegan says, are you always this fun? Like, she's looking down at her like, you incompetent lawyer. Like, what the fuck is going on? What were you thinking? You weren't thinking. Why are you even here? You should bow out gracefully. That is kind of the look she's giving her. When she goes outside to talk to Michaela, she asks Michaela, was she ever any good? When she said that, I thought, oh, Annalise's reputation precedes her. She is a beast in that courtroom. Was she ever any good? Now she's like my grandmother trying to set a DVR. But she's still fine though. So is Tegan gay? Does Tegan like women? Is Tegan attracted to Annalise? Is that how that's going to play out? Are they going to be all mixed up together like that? Michaela looked at her like, what the fuck? Didn't say nothing, but looked at her like, what? Annalise ain't cute? That's how she was thinking, like, ain't you looking at Annalise like that? Well, inside the conference room, President Hargrove is like, did you do this on purpose? You did this on purpose to get back at me from the incident from school, not being able to get your job back, you know, us abandoning you. And Annalise is like, no, it was really a stupid mistake. I made a mistake and I'm going to fix it. And President Hargrove is like, you can't. I'm about to lose my children. I'm about to lose my children. She's like, fuck that job. I'm about to lose my children. You've ruined this for me. Oh, no. No. Annalise says, I have not. It is not going to happen that way. She begins to call Barry to have a conversation with him. And of course, she calls twice. He doesn't respond. We see her open up her email, and it is an email from Isaac Roja to the board to the Bar Association, saying that Annalise has been following all of the prerequisites that's been required of her, and I feel like she should still be able to continue practicing as long as she continues to see me, continues to stay sober, and follow the guidelines that were set for her. So I was really like, all right, Isaac. And at that point, it clicked. Ding, the light went on. It always takes one thing to trigger for any of us. The light went on, and we saw, she remembered him saying that it was part of his emotional distress from when he was a lawyer. She went back there, and they ended up, she said, we need to subpoena all of his counseling sessions from his therapist. He says it's emotional distress. We need to see exactly what was said. They go in, Michaela becomes the boss bitch intern that she is, tells the other interns, let's find what we're looking for. They find that he had dinner with Sue and talked about prepping the future after his marriage dissolved. And it appears that Sue, like, he was having an affair. So when they get in there, she says, hey, it's Sue. He was having an affair. President Hargrove goes, I know who Sue is. I know who Sue is. And then we cut to them having another mediation, right? About the divorce. About custody for the children and alimony and shit. And they say you were cheating on her. He was like, I wasn't cheating. The notes say you had dinner with Sue. And he's all like, Sue is our money manager. You know who, whatever it's a male. We know who, you know who he is. And then they flash back and she says to us who he was, and he's the money manager, which clicks on a light. Like, if you're seeing them to prep my future after the marriage dissolves, that means you're trying to hide money. That means you have money hidden. And they go on to talk about how he didn't have any money to hide, and that's why he needs the $6 million, etc., etc. And she said, well, if you want to take this to court, we can. And we're going to go ahead and find out a whole lot of shit. A whole lot of shit. A whole lot more shit of what you were doing. And I'm going to end up winning. Pretty much. And he looks like, damn, like, okay. Ends up settling for only $1 million in joint custody. From $6 million to $1 million. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Like, the bitch got $1 million. Still, I'm still looking like that's still coins. Take $1 million and live off of that. Live off the interest, okay? Coins. Like, I was really happy. Really happy. Tegan had to retract what the fuck she was saying about Annalise. Oh, I've been talking a lot. Had to retract her emotions or what she thought about Annalise. Like, yeah, I guess she is the boss bitch. I proved that I am the ultimate boss bitch. You are nothing in comparison to me. How about that? And then she goes and she offers her a position at the firm. I can talk to them if you want to. Annalise kind of dismisses it all together. But Michaela is unhappy and tells her, you can't work here. This is my place. You said we aren't good for each other. And I found a real mentor. Annalise, honey, is reading people left and right all the time. She's like, you're doing it again. You're looking for a mommy figure, and now you're looking at her as a mother figure. Get your life, girl. Crack face on the floor. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Honey, Annalise reads you for filth. She read her for filth, okay? So let's talk about some other stuff that has been going down. The interns. Asher's broke Laurel's horny and fucks Frank, which was a shocker. Like, but, you know, you always go back to what you're used to, right? No? Or what? Connor's dads are there. Or Connor's dad is there, wants to have a relationship with him. We find out that Connor came out of the closet at 12, and which was a catalyst for his dad to come out of the closet, which of course seems to be a bit of a problem for me too. You know, I just don't agree with, you needed the courage of your 12-year-old son to come out of the closet on your wife that you had been with forever, that you had been living a lie in that house with your wife, and he despises you. We know why now. He despises you to no end. We also see Connor's dad tell him that Oliver is not good for him, that Oliver is not the man for him, that he would be settling, that he does not push him, you know, and Connor's like, I finally met a good guy that loves me for who I am, and you're telling me to leave him alone? He's good, he makes me better, and he doesn't, is what his dad is saying. And we see Connor actually looking at Oliver and contemplating exactly what his dad says. His dad is like, I know you better than you know yourself. I've known you your entire life. You have drive, and you're forced to be reckoned with. You don't settle, and right now you're settling, and you're not going to be happy. You're faking it. Like, I was like, motherfucker. Like, did you just tell your son that he was not in love with Oliver? Yeah, I had to go silent on that for a little bit, because when I think about their relationship, is he faking it? This season is going to be something else, and he's about to break poor Oliver's heart. He's about to break Oliver's heart. You know that, right? You know that, right? You know that he's about to, break her heart. But I'm going to say that Oliver, the thing I didn't like about Oliver is Oliver went behind Connor's back and met up with his dad and brought his dad home. Like, you don't do that. If you know that I have beef with my dad, if you know that we have issues, don't just pop up. I mean, if you're going to bring him here, but let me know. Don't just pop up with them. You see he was naked in the living room. Don't just pop up with him. Don't do that. Don't disrespect me like that. Like, you on my team. Laurel, in addition to being horny and fucking Frank, right? She pretty much wants to fuck everything walking. If you've ever been pregnant, you know there is a certain time that you do want to fuck everything. You trying to get it in as much as you possibly can. Something about your hormones kick up, and then on top of that, she's not on her antidepressants anymore or whatever medication she's on, and that, you know, speeds up the whatever, her hormones or whatever, and makes her want to sleep with everything walking. But she also finds out that Denver is running for attorney general and is livid about it. Like, how in the fuck is this DA about to run for attorney general? He does not deserve to be attorney general. I'm in agreement with her on that. She also finds out that Trent, somebody who is dead and died, you know, some mysterious death that nobody, you know, knows what happened. It has been donating to his campaign. How is a dead person donating to a campaign? She says it has my dad written all over it. He's written all over it. So Laurel is like, let's go. I need to, let's nail Denver and my dad. And Michaela's all like, I thought this was about your dad only, but now we're going against Denver. And but Michaela ends up getting access to Tegan's emails, but not her case files. And they actually get Oliver, because Oliver is that IT guy. They pay him. I don't know if they're going to pay him, but they use him, as we can see. They ask him to help to get into the files, get into the Tegan files. I'm sure he'll be able to do it. He's a wizard with IT. What else? What else? What else? Oh, Nate tells Bonnie to get off the Annalise train. Stop trying to bring her down. You are still under the Annalise crack. We're both recovering addicts when it comes to Annalise. Stop it. And you know what's funny is when Annalise and Nate had that moment in the courthouse, he said, "What are you doing? You're up to no good." And she's all like, "No, this time it's good. It's good. I'm trying." He's like, you're going to take on the whole system? Watch it. So when Bonnie has said she thought that that Annalise was trying to be the chief public defender, I was really glad that Nate still kept his loyalty to Annalise and not shared what the real plan was. I was really happy to see that. At least he still has some loyalty to her. I mean, when you love somebody, you love them even when they hurt you, even when you're not together. When you really love somebody, you wish them well and want the best for them. So you do kind of have, a stake in some things that they're doing. Like, you do have some loyalty towards them. Some, would you agree or no? Like, I really hate, before I finish, this is the last thing. The therapist talks his notes about Annalise, right? This is second to the last thing. And he says that Annalise is a trigger. He has to be careful. Annalise is his trigger. His trigger to go back to drinking and doing drugs. Annalise has that effect on everybody, honey. Annalise, honey, is magnetic. She has presence. She makes you want to be around her. She makes you want to be vested in her life. As you can see, everybody in her life wants to have her in their life, no matter how much she's fucked it up. Like, she's a drug to a lot of people, and that's what he's saying, that he has to be careful when it comes to Annalise. Oh shit, I forgot. When he said that his new client was there, Judy, whomever, and that bitch Bonnie walked up, I said, this bitch is so conniving. This bitch is so conniving. Is she just going to see him under a different guise of a different name, for her own identity? Or is it for some snake in the grass type shit? What y'all think? I think it's some snake in the grass type shit. I think she knows that is Annalise's therapist. So I really think it's some snake in the grass type shit, and that's why she's using a different name. I really believe so with all my heart. Would you agree or no? And then finally, like I said, these little snippets of what to expect are backing us up until present day. Like, now we're at 1.5 months. And Bonnie's all, where's the witness? And the witness is Oliver, and there's blood all over Tegan's office. I'm all like, who died? Who's dead? And who is Annalise going to represent? I need to know what the fuck is going on. I don't like this. Ashonda, I'm going to need to know what's going on. I mean, all this suspense is great, but I'm going to need to know what's going on. I need to know. Like, I need it to come full circle. Let me see what's happening immediately. Or no. What did y'all think about the episode? Let me know down below in the comments. If you are always here for How to Get Away with Murder, like you don't miss an episode, click thumbs up. Click the like button just to let me know that you do enjoy How to Get Away with Murder as much as I do. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of How to Get Away with Murder. Season 4, episode number 4. Was she ever any good? Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I will see you on the next video.